Hello from the top of Cardboard Mountain. I'm Ran East. Well, today is a big day. Today I am going to set up the track, not on its wall because it's too hard to adjust, but just out on the floor here. See if I can get it to work. I've also scoured the house for an array of cheap digital video cameras, old school digital video cameras, old phones, and a webcam that attaches to my good computer. So we'll decide what works good, where they need to be set up, and later I'll do some editing and make something that looks kind of sort of like a real race. I have tested all of these cars, including my favorite. That's not it. Aha! Right here, the General Lee. Had this since I was a kid. It's an Ertl, an official General Lee car, not a customed one. Anyway, it didn't go down great, but it did go down. Now, I will show you the cars that did not go down. This one, which makes me kind of sad, it's the Tire Fryer Matchbox car from 1972, but it's pretty clapped out, so no surprise there. The Bug, Yantming, never even heard of that. Another car from when I was a kid, also did not go down. No big surprise here. This Jet Boat H2Go, the wheels are just a bit too small. The same problem with this car, the Wild Thing, although this is a pretty cool car, I do have to say. But yeah, wouldn't go down. Same with this one, the I don't even know what the name of this one is. Oh, the Hydroplane. Also a problem with the wheels being too small. This bus, the tail just would not let it go. This one, the back wheels just don't spin when the hood is down. So that's another car from when I was a kid. This one here looks like it's in good shape, but it's got a very bent wheel here. Maybe someday I will fix that and we'll be racing. The Studebaker truck, which I love this truck. It's so cool. And it wouldn't go down. Once again, I think it's the front wheels are the problem. This car too, another one from when I was a kid. I think it just sits too low in the back and just wouldn't make it over. And this one, again, problem with bent axles. It's one of my son's cars. But yeah, so those are the cars that didn't make it down. Now I'm going to show you my redneck camera setup. So here I've got an old cell phone to film as they're ripping down the track. Up here, I've got a webcam that you see what the view is on that. It's looking at the loop there. And then I've got this super duper cheap camera that will check to see who wins. And then of course the camera I'm holding is going to be the follow camera. And I am going to attempt to film some racing. Now, because this track worked so, well, I wouldn't say spectacularly, but it worked, I need to take measurements so that I can set it up on its semi-permanent home on the wall. And there's my very to scale drawing showing my track. Around and got some measurements for the optimum angle for this thing to set up at. This was what I have here was just arbitrarily chosen, but I actually have measurements, and I'm going to raise and lower as required. There you have it, pretty easy work. Just made a new leg for the right height there. Adjusted this piece of wood to be the right height. I just pounded it in with a hammer, which rounded off the sides quite nicely. Nothing pretty. You can see the old hole in there where it was, so I actually had it too short at first and then lengthened it out. This leg here, I cut off the bottom at the right length, which just happened to be above that foot. Screwed it back on. This leg is gone completely, so hopefully that's within a few 100 feet of how it was before, and it should work as well as it did when I had the temporary setup. Now I'm going to do something about this ramp. Put some legs on it, I believe. And I also discovered that this is a major problem area, so I'm going to have to straighten that out. As cars were coming through here and spinning out. You wonder what this tennis ball is for? So that I don't smash the light on my car. But it's kind of in my way. And I can't move it. Anyway, I'll just throw it behind my back. There we go. So I didn't put another board in because I didn't want staples in the front. So what I did was cut these tabs out and staple them from the back. And this piece of duct tape here to pull it back. I promise you there'll be more duct tape. Now let's hope that it still fits. Is perfect. For me, anyway. This is another reason why I hate measuring. All these careful measurements I made the other day, and then I changed things around, which is fine. I just have to, because I took that one leg off, now I have to drop it down by 3 5/8, which was the height of the leg at G. So now I got to subtract that from all of them and measure a leg at part C, which is going to be 6 5/8. My math is right. I'll actually write it down. Told you. 6 5/8. And there's my leg. She's a beaut, hey? I just have to screw it down. This will not do. It's nice and flush here, but this sticks up. I think I have to build a better thing out of duct tape because I don't want this sitting up like that. Yeah. No bueno. Every time I try to make things work better, they end up worse. So now, because this is so bendy down here, I have to put a cross piece in to make it stronger. So I've now glued this all together. Just put some weight on it, gonna let it dry, and then put it back on my bench. And then I have to measure where things are gonna go on my wall. I have abandoned this idea because I've got some shelf brackets like those ones up there. And I'm going to mount those instead. That gives me a little bit of adjustability, although it's fairly wide range of adjustability. But I think that'll work good. And then I'll just have to measure properly where it's going to go. So I'm setting up my semi-permanent installation of my track. Done some measuring to figure out exactly where it needs to go. And I've got these shelf brackets, which I got on heavy clearance. And what I've done is I've cut one in half. That way I've got lots of room to adjust and readjust. I'll probably need a few of these. And then these brackets here, if you haven't seen this system, I'm sure most of you have, just fit in like so, and voila. So I've got my bracket, and I can adjust it up and down as required. Now let's see what the Luke boys can do on my track. Little slow. I improved this transition, hopefully improved it. It doesn't look very smooth, but I assure you that it might be. We'll see. And Luke boys again. Where are they jumping? I mean, it's the General Lee, so of course it jumps all the time, but